All right, so another transfer that's going on, Tonali to Newcastle.
Big boy team.
70 mil. So
70 mil around there.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like nobody saw that move coming.
Yeah, I know even Tonali saw that move coming, bro.
He's one of those.
He's one of those. Just blindsides everyone and pisses me off a little bit because I've been watching the kid since Brescia, however you say that team's name, and you can tell that there's something special. Not everyone agrees with me on this. I know some of y'all. I know
we're gonna talk.
We'll talk about it. But there's something special there, and you bring in someone who can play a system has that tenacity and the technical ability to do what he needs to do. I think he's got that potential to be like a hybrid of Pirlo and Gattuso. You add him to that midfield with Bruno Guimaraes and who else? They're signing another midfielder, I believe. They're looking to sign another midfielder in there.
I'm not sure.
Or even say Joe Linton stays. You add him to midfield, or Willock. You add him to that midfield. You have something nice going now for Newcastle. Champions League wise too. Yeah,
I watched this kid a little bit this season for AC. I think he's good, right? I think he'll work, and it just kind of reinforces the idea that Newcastle want workers in the system. I'm like, yeah, get a workhorse, and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? And I feel like this will prove to me like the player, because I have a bit of questions on him. Not
fairly.
I have a bit of questions. It's no different to McAllister.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, show me exactly what you can do, because it's not the player that you leave the game saying, oh, what a performance by him. It's like, okay, if he does his job, no one will notice. You know, it's kind of those things. That's a
Busquets vibes.
Maybe around there. He won't. Like,
no, not level, but like Busquets, you have to put goggles on to see.
And that's where I agree. Is like there are certain players like, and that's why I say he's a hybrid, and he's not just like a Pirlo on its own. Like he has that trait of. He's not going to be your special guy.
Yeah, but it's not a problem.
It's not a problem, right? You go to Newcastle, that's a perfect spot for you to be. You know, you already have Guimaraes and Saint Maximin and Isak and all these guys. Now you can come in and be that guy that everyone's like, this guy's an underrated baller or something. He can be that guy.
To see where he plays him, because he already has like Guimaraes, as he said.
Yeah.
Then he's been playing a weird system with Joe Willard, kind of like in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting what he does, if he's gonna have like a true 8 now.
It'll be tough. It'll be tough because they've been playing. They weren't playing a 4-2-3-1. They were playing 4-3-3 a couple times, right? Mm-hmm. Like a holding 4-3-3, but it wasn't really holding because all three of them. It was almost like Guimaraes was coming in as a free role playmaker, and Longstaff and Willock or Joelinton, whoever was in that midfield, was making third man runs constantly off the side. With Tonali, then you have someone who can actually sit in that midfield space.
So you want him to sit more?
I think he'll sit more, and you see Bruno Guimaraes progressing more, because we know how dangerous Guimaraes is around the box.
Okay, yeah.
And I can see that being, and then you have like the final pass, and then you have like a Willock or a Joelinton that's making third man runs still into the box and making runs, overlaps and underlaps for them.
Okay,
so it could be something good.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, 70 mil just shows like some of the purchasing power right now. But fellas, I saw something on Twitter. It's a very crazy transition. But I saw something on Twitter. It's like comparison of these African stars, and I feel like we gotta talk about it.
Bring it.
Salah versus Eto'o versus Drogba. Who are you taking in your team, or who has had the most?
Jeez, who are you taking in the team to do what? I think that's important.
Who are you taking in your team? You're going to the Champions League. You need a result.
If you need a result, you're taking Drogba. It's very simple.
How good was Drogba without supply? I mean,
decent.
He actually turned. He could
decent, and ball to his chest turn. He had a free kick in him, surprisingly enough. Yeah, scored a couple free kicks, couple bangers out of the box in the air. Obviously, the supply part was very good for him, but in the air, man, it didn't even matter if he could do anything with it. With Eto'o. Like, just eye test wise, Eto'o I think is the most talented of all three.
Yeah,
that's where I was going.
But I mean, and he done everything in football. Honestly, let's be honest. Outside of like international stuff, because Cameroon isn't gonna.
It's tough. I've seen. You can put up some of the stuff again that he has won. He's won 3 Champions League. That's what it said.
2 with Barcelona and 1 with Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Also says about the caliber of players where they're playing at the time that they're playing.
True.
Where Eto'o was with that Barca and the Milan
Yeah.
was mad.
3 La Ligas, 1 Serie A, 4 African Player of the Year.
Tells you a lot, man.
Yeah, I think Salah was this Eto'o stays.
I
And
agree.
It was like, start 1, drop 1, bench 1.
Or start
Or
one,
like
drop one,
start
and
1,
bench
bench 1, drop 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you start Eto'o. Since Salah and Drogba.
I'm saying I'm benching Drogba and I'm dropping Salah.
I agree with that. Because Drogba will
Dropping
get you
means
results.
he's not going to the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
like,
okay.
watch it from your telly, bro.
But Salah will get you something out of nothing.
No, definitely.
But-
And he could run with the ball to somewhere.
Statistically,
He's not
He's
the
good.
cleanest, in terms
His
of
dribbling is
moving
interesting,
it
I know.
in the
Yeah.
box even. But I forgo.
when I
He's
watch
good at
him,
Isn't
football,
it?
when I watch him in Liverpool, he's good everywhere. But when he's in Egypt, he's not. I don't see a lot of the something out of nothing
Yeah.
kind of player.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'd be dropping him. And then with Drogba, you don't need too many chances to get a goal. Guy's clinical
Yeah.
in any possible way.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Eto'o,
Eto'o,
Eto'o is
Drogba.
in, yeah.
Drogba in the bench, and then Salah.
Yeah, it's nothing
With
personal. it's
Drogba,
just-
all you gotta do is tell him on the bench. These are our next rivals. They're upcoming rivals, and he'll come in and score a goal. Like that's normal for him. So there's no worry. With Salah, I agree with that. He's nice. He's one of the best African players we've seen so
I
far.
felt it's just hating,
But-
just because not hating, but I'm just trying to play a better devil's advocate. Is it because Salah is not as clean on the ball, or like is it because he's Liverpool? He done something to your teams?
Nah, there's certain dude. We've had the Stevie Gerrard Scholes arguments, and I'll tell you, Gerrard and Scholes are close to each other, whereas Lampard is far away from them. Like Liverpool doesn't make you a bad player; it makes you a stupid person for making a bad decision. It doesn't make you a bad player. But let's be honest, we're talking about
I'm
legends
actually
of the
glad
game.
you brought that up, like when it comes to the control thing, because I've been noticing it that his dribbles
I'm
aren't.
not kidding.
There's a smidge of luck and ambition there.
Like how dare you pull that out?
Yeah, and they're like, oh my gosh, Salah dribbled through three players. I'm like, yeah, he did, but like,
It's not the
I don't
wasn't
know, man. Yeah, there's
pretty.
something there. You know,
Yeah.
but he's driven enough, selfish enough to also take the shots, and good enough
Yeah.
technically to make it. But like, I don't know. There's a reason why I'm not that convinced about him, especially eye test wise. But
Yeah.
statistically,
Yeah.
he's there. He's won the accolades he deserves, and he kind of warmed up late too. Because
He did warm
in
up
Chelsea,
late.
I don't think he was all that.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, they
Oh,
gave
yeah,
him the
that
platform.
season-
Warmed up.
It's 1-2 seasons. I remember that
Nah, they only
goal
fell.
against Everton, the curler.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know what
that-
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he's pretty
Right.
dangerous.
Even do you remember when they went to Champions League the first time against y'all? Yes, against Roma in the
heard him.
semifinals when you heard them,
Oh, yeah.
and he scored a nice little banger, top bins, left foot.
Nah, he was
He's-
nice. He was nice. But
he's a
okay,
dog.
move on to some of the players. Let's talk about some of the best players who haven't won
Oof, the
the Ballon d'Or.
Mm.
I had a picture here. Let me see if I can find that. So we had Lewandowski,
Okay.
Seen him.
Henry,
Mm.
Luis Suarez.
Mm. That's some good names so far.
Already.
That's some good
I know
names so
Iniesta
far.
was in there.
Yeah, Xavi,
Xavi, Iniesta,
Iniesta,
Neymar is in there.
Ibra,
Ibra.
Gigi,
Buffon,
and Maldini. Yeah, so many players.
Why isn't
Okay.
Rooney in that list, bro?
Okay, let me go over
yeah, I
them again
see.
quick.
You're right, actually.
Xavi, Thierry Henry, Neymar, Ibrahimovic, Maldini, Luis Suarez, Lewandowski, Iniesta, and Gigi. Buffon. Which with all due respect, my comment to this was like, for keepers, always tough.
It's tough for keeper.
So,
yeah.
Neuer he knows how this feels as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's
So
always
we can-
tough. But this
There's
guy
been
was
too
a
many of
legend.
them.
But
He's
we
a
could also
legend.
throw Casillas in there. Casillas in there. Come on.
I think he's had some.
Come on. For the guys who think like could have deserved it, it was the captain of the team.
He did win the captain Spain to World Cup, Euro captain
So
of
he
Madrid
did.
to Champions.
Okay, but let's talk about this list, fellas, real quick. Who stands out for you there? You want to talk about Neymar?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick him.
Eyeball.
I'll let you guys. No.
Eyeball.
Listen, what I think the problem is here is we have a player. Forget the injuries and everything else. We have a player that just was born at the wrong time.
Fair.
Absolutely at the wrong time.
Messi,
But was he
Ronaldo.
hungry enough though to?
Also that, I mean, the lifestyle obviously and discipline. There's a lot of things that need to line up for you to, you know, to win the accolades. You
Yeah.
know, discipline, consistency, and all of those things. Put them out of the window. Just born at the wrong time. You're moving to Barcelona, and you have Messi in there.
Yeah.
That is prime Messi cooked. You have to compromise the position you play. Because when he was in Santos, he was the guy. He was there. You know what I mean? Everything went through him. He was making things happen. You go to Barcelona, you are kind of another guy. He still shined. He had a great season.
did
He's
bits,
won
yeah.
UCL and all that. But I just think that it was just at the wrong time in terms of just being. I think if he came in now with Mbappe, like
this
his youth,
With this youth,
yes,
he'll be.
you know what I mean, that kind of thing.
different.
I'm not saying he's gonna win it because there's issues outside of the pitch for him, but
Yeah.
like I think it's important, like when you are in your prime.
But the hang of Mbappe shows it's just maybe because there was the stars around him. I was just gonna say the hang that Mbappe has is so evident and
It's
over
clear.
Neymar, yeah.
But then I'll have the question: is it possible that if Neymar was born in that different era, like he comes up with some Mbappes and Haalands, and he's motivated, like even though it's this era, it seems like it's more hard work than talent.
Yeah.
He would be coming in as one of the most talented players, but he's competing with hard workers, so he's gonna come in with
Still
that
need to
dog a
work.
little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Versus coming in as talented in a time that favors talent. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like Neymar came in at a time that favored talent, but then we had Ronaldo and Messi. Versus if he came in now with guys that favored hard work and he was just
Yeah.
I
talented.
think he's enough because he still is a big player and he still
is
is
a
a
baller,
professional
yeah. Game
player.
changer.
He plays 90 minutes. So yeah, you're right about that. No, like in terms of laziness, we can't act like he
Okay,
plays
yeah,
60,
no, of course,
He can.
of
He
course.
plays 90 minutes like he plays.
You have to be
you know what I
professional
mean?
to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
this
yeah.
well.
okay. We gotta talk about Lewandowski deserved it
Oh,
that year.
That
2020,
year,
he
but
deserved
are
it.
we saying the best players there? The best player there that should out of that list that should have won the Ballon
We're
d'Or,
not gonna win with that one
because
Lewandowski
Lewandowski is not the best player in that list.
No,
to
but I'm saying
not
he-
won it.
He deserved it.
Oh,
He
we
deserved
look
it that
at by
year.
the season.
Oh, by
or
the
like
season, that's fair.
overall.
We can go by the season. By the season,
I think
yeah.
that and overall, we can look at both.
Okay,
Because
if we're looking-
Lewandowski and
by the
Iniesta
season.
is the same robbery for me.
Yeah, and Ribery actually.
Ribery is in there
here.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Schneider in 2010 too. There's a couple guys like that.
What's up?
No, there's
But yeah, so I think Lewandowski should have won that because, or maybe like make it up for him like the next season too. But the fact that they didn't give it to him because like it was a season of
yeah.
COVID, but
yeah.
it was a full season played.
Fact.
Yeah, no, that was
And
weird.
they still played the Euros the next season.
And the
like,
coach
you should be able
was
to
quite
do
quiet
this.
at the time too, so it was. Yeah, I don't know, man.
And then there's Iniesta and Xavi. How we feeling there?
That,
Still the same.
yeah.
It
same
was
rubber.
hard to not look at Messi's goals at the time.
That year was
true.
that was the 2012 year, right?
Yeah.
The 91 calendar year. Like you
It
can't,
was
you can't do
purely-
nothing about him, man.
It was purely goals. Because Iniesta was behind like a
Oh,
huge
chunk of
percentage,
it, yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's
they were
still like,
working.
yeah.
But Suarez 2013, 2014.
Oh my God.
that
The Liverpool
season.
Suarez.
Oh
I
my
wonder who won
gosh.
it ahead of him. Was it Ronaldo?
2013-14
Yeah,
was
Messi or
Ronaldo, yeah.
Definitely one of them.
Because that was Ronaldo's
Stats
first time
based
back.
too,
yeah.
I'm sure. Goals.
But yes, Suarez he did something.
He was on
No,
fire.
he was actually a problem player.
Because that was the season before he moved to Barca. Because he moved to Barca
Yeah.
2014-15, right?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, that's
One of the
why.
best hat tricks
That's
was scored that
Ronaldo.
year by him.
Fact. The game against Norwich, right? The one you...
Long range, dribble,
everything,
everything.
bro.
Volley.
Oh.
That was big danger.
I honestly, Suarez is honestly, in my opinion, is the third best of this like current decade that we just saw. The Messi Ronaldo era. I think he's right behind them.
No,
If we're
it's
being
a fair.
honest.
I think it's a fair.
Like this dude is done.
He did
Yeah.
This.
work.
He's.
I
it's
would.
fair. He doesn't have to bite human beings. Like, you're not gonna bite people and be racist and
I'm
then
saying
you win the
maybe-
Ballon d'Or, though.
Yeah, for some of the seasons, he's definitely. But it's hard to look at like maybe six
whole-
seasons
yeah.
and be like, okay. But yeah, he's
That's
definitely
fair.
up there.
He's up there with them.